Hey, Exotical darlings, this is Coco Exotical. Thank you for being here with me. Today, we're going to talk about how your life is trash because your mindset is trash. So let's get into it. Your life is only going to rise as high as your mindset does, period. You can't expect first class results with a basic economy mentality, right? The reason some people are stuck, fat, broke, bitter, mediocre, and blaming the world is because their mindset hasn't elevated. Meanwhile, the ones who are winning have learned that elevating your mindset is the cheat code to elevating your entire life, right? If your thoughts are cheap, then your life is going to be cheap. If your standards are low, then your results are going to be low. But the second you elevate your mindset, you'll unlock the doors to opportunity, health, wealth, love, peace, stability, literally the entire package, right? And that's why the people who stay stuck secretly hate it when you start leveling up. They hate it because your mindset proves that it was never anything else holding them back. It was them holding themselves back all along. Mindset is everything because your thoughts create your beliefs, right? So if you're constantly thinking that you're unworthy, then you'll believe that you don't deserve good things. And how are you supposed to create and attract good things if you don't believe that you deserve them, right? Your beliefs also affect your behavior. If you believe that you're already stuck and that nothing's going to change, then you won't even try. But if you believe that you're capable and that life is what you make of it, then you'll be inspired to take action, right? Your behavior is going to create your results. So if your behavior is rooted in defeat, then your results are going to reflect that. But if your behavior is rooted in confidence, then that confidence is going to elevate you and your life is going to reflect that as well. Successful people aren't always smarter, and they don't always have it easier either. They've simply trained their minds to look for opportunities instead of obstacles, right? Then they behave accordingly. So how can you elevate your mindset in real life? First, you need to take a look at your circle, right? They say that you're the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So if everyone around you is unhealthy, negative, broke, gossiping, complaining, bitter, and settling, then guess what you're going to be as well, right? If you elevate your circle, then that's going to help you elevate your life. You need to be around people who are successful and making something of their lives, or who are at least trying to be better, instead of people who love to complain and play the victim while doing nothing to try to change their circumstances, right? You also need to change what you're consuming, and I don't just mean food, right? You need to stop feeding your brain trash TV, low vibrational gossip, and constant bad news, and instead feed it with books, educational podcasts, subliminals, successful mentors, and a fresh new perspective on life, right? You also need to change your daily self-talk. Start catching the I can't and it's too hard negative thoughts and replace them with I can and I will, right? And I know it may sound stupid or cheesy, but try it out for a month or so and watch how your life changes when your inner voice becomes your motivator and your hype man instead of your source of discouragement, right? And throughout this time, you also need to take small, elevated actions as well. It's not just about breaking up with your partner tomorrow or quitting your job overnight, right? It's about making small, significant shifts every day, every week, and every month. You might start eating better, saving more money, speaking your mind more often, saying no to nonsense, and doing what's best for you in your life, not what everyone else is doing or what everyone else wants you to do, right? Small, elevated moves repeated consistently over time creates massive long-term change in your life, right? And the truth is that some people simply refuse to elevate their mindset because they're addicted to their comfort zones, right? They prefer to stay miserable instead of facing the discomfort that can sometimes come with growth. They refuse to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and they prefer to remain stagnant instead. Playing the victim means that they never have to take accountability for themselves and for their own lives. If they try something and they fail, then it may be their own fault. But if they never try in the first place, then they're safe, right? And some people want to hold you back and discourage you from trying something different or from trying to elevate yourself because they don't actually want you to rise. Because again, your elevation highlights their stagnation, right? That's why the same people who laugh at you for making different choices or going back to school or changing your career or eating healthier, reading books and trying to elevate and grow are the same ones crying years later about how they never did anything or got anywhere in life, right? They don't want to be the only ones who failed in life, so they try to hold you back as well. I know people who are still blaming their ex from 10 years ago, still complaining about the same job they've had for 15 years, still complaining about being overweight, still hating on the women who are more ambitious and more accomplished than they are, and still bitter about life in general because they refuse to elevate their thinking, right? A person with an elevated mindset says, hey, I'm tired of being overweight. I'm tired of being unhealthy. I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of feeling uncomfortable. So let me fix this, right? A person who wants to remain a victim says, oh, well, I can't lose weight because of my genetics. Oh, I'm big boned, or I can't help it. I have PCOS. No one's hiring right now. Everything's expensive, so I can't save money. Limited mindset, victim mindset, right? I also know people who decided to stop settling for crappy relationships and elevated their standards and asked for what they wanted in a relationship, right? And now they're happily married to men who actually provide, protect, and respect them, right? That's a mindset. That's the mindset shift. I also know people who stop playing around and stop gossiping at work and decided to take their careers more seriously. They learned a new skill, elevated the quality of their work, elevated their look, and in a year, they received a promotion that doubled their salary. That's the mindset shift. That's the difference, right? When you decide to elevate yourself, the stuck mindset, limited mindset, victim mindset, people are going to come for you, right? They're going to laugh at you, gossip about you, call you fake, say that you've changed, but let them talk, right? Them running their mouths won't stop you from losing weight, making your money, taking that vacation, or building your business, right? They're small-minded and committed to being small, so let them. You don't owe them an explanation for going for gold, right? Keep on elevating yourself. The best revenge is showing up every day as an upgraded version of yourself, right? If you elevate your mindset, then you elevate your life. If you stay small in your thinking, then you stay small in your living. So stop letting excuses run your story and stop letting bitter victim mindset people guilt trip you into remaining average, right? So tell me about it. What's one mindset shift that you've made that's changed your life? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.